Hey, everybody, welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live. Coming up in just a second, we've got a very special guest live and direct from Hollywood in Los Angeles, California. We have daytime Emmy nominated actress and Emmy winning producer, Kira Reed Lorsch, coming up right here, coming up next on the Jim Masters Show Live, which starts in 3, 2, 1, go. And welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live. It's good to see everybody, all those smiley faces. How's everybody doing today? We were off for a couple of days, enjoying a nice vacation for the Labor Day holiday weekend. But we, of course, were still connected with all of you on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter at Jim Masters TV. Also, we posted some cool inspirational videos in another series that we do on our YouTube channel, which is Masters Mantras. You can scroll down right here on our YouTube channel and you can see some of those quick videos. They're sort of like TikTok videos, but they're really designed for YouTube and they're inspirational, they're fun, they're light, and they put a smile on your face. And we uploaded several of them over the last couple of days. We had a wonderful Labor Day holiday weekend with family and friends, really nice. A couple of hurricanes came through the area, Hurricane Henri the week before, and then Ida made her presence known. But we're lucky. We're here in this little pocket and we survived. Everything really good. We did well. There were some areas, of course, that didn't. And of course, our prayers go out to everybody in Louisiana and Mississippi and other parts of the South. And of course, in New Jersey and New York, Maryland, other areas that really get hit hard. But we're faring well, and we are kicking off our fabulous September, new open, lots of new things we're doing here on the Jim Masters Show Live for all of you. And thanks, gang, for all of the great comments, all of the smiles, all the Instagram messages, the tweets, loving our YouTube channel as well. Matter of fact, we would absolutely love it if you do subscribe to it. That's right. It's very easy to do. And I don't know why they use that word subscribe, because it makes you think like you've got to pay for something, right? Now you just click subscribe and it's really, really awesome because you get access to what is now, as of this episode, 475 episodes of JMS Live, which is unbelievable. I still can't believe I've talked that much. And this isn't even the day job. 475 episodes of incredible light, love, levity, and our famous levity. Extraordinary guests from Broadway and Hollywood, television, film, music, stage, comedy, sports, culinary arts, inspiration, science, and nature, health, and wellness. And we sprinkle in lots more, like our pop-up surprise levity chat shows, food shows, on location shows, and so much more for all of you. So those of you who are watching on our YouTube channel right now, good to have you with us. Thanks so much for joining us. Subscribe to the channel. That helps our show big time when you do. And be sure and click the notification bell. What is that? It's that little bell icon you see next to the red bar that says subscribe. Click that first, subscribe, then the notification bell, and you're all set, because you'll be notified when we have live episodes, specially produced episodes, on location segments. When we do those surprise pop-up shows, sometimes we just do pop-up shows unannounced. That's why it's called a surprise. And we do a host levity chat episode. And sometimes those have run for 2 hours just chatting with all of you. And of course, give this episode and all the episodes you enjoy on this entertainment lifestyle talk show series a thumbs up on our YouTube channel. We would love that. And leave a comment for us too. That really helps us. You know, when you leave a comment, YouTube sees that, and then they take this episode and then they blast it out to the world. Yes. It's good to see all the lovities watching. Yeah, levity is a word that, again, just slipped out of my mouth in the summertime last year. And when I was saying the show has a lot of light, love, and levity, I said it too fast. So I'm Mr. Levity. They are the Levity Squad. All of our faithful viewers are the Levity Squad, and they call this Levity Hall, and I love it. It's great to see everybody. And again, spread the word, share the levity, tell everybody you know, stand on every corner, get a bullhorn, stand on every mountain and say, hey, have you watched the Jim Masters Show live? We love it. If this is your first time watching, we welcome you. Matter of fact, our guest's mom is watching, Kathy. Hey, Kathy. Nice to see you here. Welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live, Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. And matter of fact, speaking of Kathy, I have a cousin, Kathy, too, who is in Palm Springs, California, by way originally of New York. She lives with her husband and family out in Palm Springs, and it's her birthday today. So happy birthday to my cousin, Kathy. And hello to our special guest, Kira's mom, Kathy, as well. And again, you can see 474 more episodes. Binge watching, as so many of you are doing that. You're watching previous episodes. They're all there archived on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Let's do a quick check-in. We always like to, acknowledge the viewers. They are here all the time. They are faithful. They are loyal. And boy, do we love them, like Sherry Larson, who was watching in Kansas. Good evening, everyone. Hope you all had a fabulous Wednesday. We still are. We still are enjoying it, and I hope you had a good one, too. I was on the air in my professional world earlier today. Busy, busy time. September. A lot of birthdays this month, too. Mine's on the 24th. My cousin Kathy's today. One of my best friends of many years is on, I believe, the 26th. My brother-in-law is the 27th. My nephew, October 3rd. A lot of birthdays, a lot of cake eating this kind of month. Mary Bishop's in Florida, and Mary Bishop says, hello, Jim and lovely friends. Good to see you, Mary. She's with the show all the time as well. How do you guys like our new music and our new show theme and our new open and our new logos and graphics? We've been really working very, very hard behind the scenes as we've tweaked this show little by little to make the best product possible for all of you without having a crew of 500 people. We don't have any grips here or people making coffee, or we're doing that. Merlin says, good evening, Jim and all lovelies. She is watching in Ontario, Canada. Good to see you, Merlin. And what's cool is all the lovelies love to say hello to each other as well, and we love that. Alessandra is here from North Carolina. Good to see Alessandra. Welcome to Levity Hall, Kira. Absolutely. And Wozniak is watching from Florida. And hey, she says, hi, Jim and everyone. Good to see you. And you're having a good time with your granddaughter today, right? And nice to see you, Ann, there in Jacksonville, Florida. Alessandra says, welcome back home to Levity Hall, Jim. Thank you very much. We enjoyed a couple of days off there. We had a lot of great guests last week with shows that we had created in advance for you. But and thanks for watching all of them. Really great guests. But we needed some time off with family and Labor Day weekend. No laboring on Labor Day weekend, right? Kathy Short in Cleveland, Ohio says, good evening, Jim and Lovities. So nice to see everyone tonight. So yeah, we're kicking off a brand new season. Technically, our new season would be May. That just passed because that was our 1 year anniversary. But, September, I don't know, maybe because it's birthday month, it feels like it's starting a new or something. So we're saying that this is the start of the new season because we have the new graphics, the new music, the new theme, everything. Welcome, Kira, to Levity Hall. You're now a Levity. We love that. Linda Odell is watching in Florida as well. Good evening, Mr. Levity. Good evening, Levities. Good to see you as well. Linda Odell. That rhymes. The New York Mets are obviously not home playing. Why? Because Kathleen Walker is watching. She says, hey, Jim, hope you had a great vacation. Hi, everyone. Hope all is well. Good to see you as well. Alessandra says, love the new beginning to the show. Thank you. The new graphics, the new open, the new music. We spared no expense in the creation of that. I'll tell you that. And I'm glad you guys enjoy it. You'll enjoy our show Close, too. That's brand new at the close of the show. Jane is watching in Sweden. Good to see you, Jane. Welcome. She's in the house. Hi, everyone. Hello to Jane. Love it, love it, love it. And good stuff. And I know Merlin's having rough weather there in Ontario. Yeah, you guys in Regina, Canada, you had this terrific, epic, apocalyptic hailstorm, right? You're in Ontario there. I mentioned to you about the wicked weather there, small tornadoes not far last night. I know the earth is very angry at us humans. I don't know, wants us to shape up. And Christine Clifton is here watching from North Carolina. Greetings, Jim and lovely friends. Yay, great new intro, Jim. Thank you very much. We love that. Thumbs up for the new opening. Sherry Larson in Kansas says, love the new show open. Thank you very much. I love that. I love that. I love that. Marsha Watson is here. Hey, Marsha, good to have you with us. Thanks for joining us on JMS Live, the Jim Masters Show Live. We'll check in with a few more, and then we'll have our fantastic guest on in just a second. Yeah, my buddy Damian McGinty from Celtic Thunder, who was a guest on our show. You can see that archived episode on YouTube. Marsha Watson says Damian McGinty's birthday is tomorrow. So he's a September baby, just like myself. Maureen says, hello, my dears. I've missed you all. We missed you as well. Maureen, watching in Arizona. She says, it feels so good to be together again. I agree 100%. Absolutely. Nice to see Marsha Watson here as well. Marsha Watson watching from North Carolina. Marsha Watson has been with our show for a long time. She was one of the earliest watchers of our show back in like the spring of 2020. It's nice to see you, Marsha, as always. Linda Odell says, looking mighty handsome tonight, Jim. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Sometimes I wish we can print these comments out. That's so good stuff. You guys. Oh, Maureen goes, has anybody else besides me been experiencing levity withdrawal? But I'm happy that you took some time away, Jim. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thanks, everybody, for all the great comments. It's so cool to see all of you. Again, as I mentioned, we've got an amazing guest, an Emmy-winning guest. She's in the same industry as me, and we love that. So we were having some really cool shop talk before we went live on the air, comparing notes about our careers and all the craziness. Kira Reed Lorsch is a daytime Emmy-nominated actress and Emmy award-winning producer. After graduating the UCLA School of Theater, Film, and Television, Kira has appeared in over 100 films and television shows. That's right. Network, regional, and more. She can currently be seen in the feature films Beckman and Amityville Witches, on the dramas The Bay and Rumors, in the comedy series Wild Wild Yogis. And Kira also gives back to numerous charitable organizations, including Shelter Hope petshop.org, which I think is really, really important. In addition, and many other charities. So like, I talk about supporting charities as well, which I love to do, and giving back is so important. She also serves on the board of trustees of the California Science Center, home of the Robert H. Lorsch Family Pavilion. And gang, that really is just the short list of the incredible things that she has accomplished. I just want to show you some of these really cool photos that we have. And we'll go through them with Kira as well when we bring her on. And here's a really, really nice one. And look at this. Look what she's doing with the Emmy. We have some of the awards displayed here on our set as well. And I think that's a beautiful thing when you do that. She's got them right next to her as well. But that is a cool, cool shot. Here's some other great shots, glam shots, and from other projects and productions and things over the years as well. The AFI Lifetime Achievement Awards ceremonies, and so much more. It's really cool to have her here live and direct from Hollywood, from LA. Kira is joining us right now. Hey, Kira, welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live. It's good to have you with us.
Hey, Jim, and all the lovities watching.
That's right, the lovities. You got the memo. You got the memo, didn't you?
Yeah, I love it.
Well, it's so cool that you can join us. We really, really love it. And hey, what'd you think of our show music, our theme, our open? We just debuted that tonight.
It's like classic. It's like the old kind of fun things that I used to watch as on reruns on Nickelodeon, like the My Three Sons and the animation and everything, but in a cool modern twist of a way. So I like that it's kind of it's a throwback and an ode to that, yet it seems shiny and new.
Exactly. You picked that up. You got all the essence. That's what the designer did. The designer had created that logo, and he says, what's really hot right now is retro. So I said, okay, let's try the retro. And then his daughter is an animator. He does designs for everybody, Betty Boop, Aerosmith, I mean, you name it. And then his daughter works on things for the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and she was able to take it and bring it to life and animate it. To have it come to life for the open. So really, really cool. And we're loving that too. So I just want to show you some of the Lovity coming your way too, my friend.
Oh, great.
Welcome to the Lovity family. Welcome to Lovity Hall. I told you all about how that works, and that was really cool. Maureen in Arizona says, hello, Kira, welcome. We love welcoming new lovedies, and you are here as one of our lovedies. Alessandra says, Kira, enjoy your new lovedy family. And she is in North Carolina. Kathy Short in Cleveland. Hello, Kira. Welcome to the show. You know, you're going to get all of this beautiful lovedy coming your way. And that's sort of the atmosphere I was hoping we would create when we started this. Alessandra says, you're now part of the lovedy family. Linda in Florida says, welcome, Kira. You're a lovedy now. Ann says, hello, Kira. Welcome. Mary Bishop says, hello, Kira, and welcome. She's in Florida. Ann is in Florida. Kathleen is in New York City. And Kathleen says, so many of these go by so fast. Kathleen says, hi, Kira, and welcome. We love that. So just some of the folks chiming in, and they'll keep chiming in throughout the program. We love it. Hey, Jen is watching in the mountains of Allentown, PA, Pennsylvania. Hey, Kira. And let's see, Blissful Angel is watching. She's always on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. She says, hi, Jim, lovely to see you again. And my fellow lovelies, missed all of your loads. I guess uploads. Welcome.
A lot. We missed you a lot.
That's right. You got it. Welcome to the Jim Masters Lovety Squad and Kira. So she's welcoming you to our Lovety Squad. We love it. Jane in Sweden. We love when Jane is here as well. Welcome, Kira, from Jane. Christine Clifton is in the house from North Carolina. She goes, Kira, welcome to Lovety Hall tonight. You are now a Lovety. Great. You could join us. So how are you, my friend? I mean, obviously, we've all had to shift. We've all had to pivot. We've all had to, do a lot of different things because of the last 18 months have changed the world, changed our lives. How have you been? What are some things you've been doing? And how have you stayed, as I always ask some of the guests in the beginning, creative, collaborative, connected, and sane? You saw that part. And usually that's the part where they say, I'm still working on that, Jim. I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah. Well, when the pandemic broke out, I was staying I had at the time a house down in Oceanside, a vacation home. And I decided I would stay there because I had my animals down there. My brother was there. And, we didn't know what was happening. It felt apocalyptic. I didn't know if the zombies were going to come out and, what was going to happen. We're going trying to figure it out, but at least we were together, and it was outside of the city. So it seemed a good place to, hunker down at the beach and we got through it. But immediately you could tell that people were going to figure out a way to communicate. People started doing shows like on Instagram Live. People like you who actually have a background in creating shows and do a great job of it, made it a more professional communication. What Zoom that I only used before for like counseling appointments or doctor's appointments became like the way of communicating. And yeah. I was supposed to be shooting a movie and promoting another one, and all of a sudden everything became interviews like this. But we're so used to it now. When the Ellen Show came back, or the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, who you share their artists for your opening now, very exciting. But when those shows started adapting to the new reality, we knew we could take it to the next level with still being able to create. And the rest of the world is not as closed down at any given point as let's say California was. And I was actually able to shoot a feature-length movie, an international movie that comes out for my birthday on October 14th. It's called Love on the Rock.
Uh-oh, you're a Libra.
Yes, I am.
Hey.
Coming up.
Libras unite. Yes. Yeah. So you like balance and harmony.
Well, I'm always kind of working toward balance and harmony. It's a full-time job.
Isn't it?
As it starts going like this, and then you got to go like this, and eventually or for a little bit amount of time, or for a moment even, you have that balance.
I often say people like you and I should have been born on Venus.
Yes. Well, we've got a lot of love. We're loveties. So
the loveties, that's what it is.
Venus is our ruler. Love is our ruler for us Libras. So
congratulations on doing that feature-length film, that full feature. Yeah. Tell us about it. That's exciting.
Well, we shot it in Malta. I couldn't go to the Valley and shoot a movie in the studios because things were shut down. But Malta,
Now,
because
if
they
you
had
had a choice between the studios in the Valley or Malta.
Oh, Malta.
Yeah.
If people don't know what Malta is, it's its own country. They call it The Rock.
Yeah.
That's why the
It's
movie's
like
called Love on the
off
Rock.
the Italy coast there. Yeah.
Yes, it's right between Sicily, so the bottom of Italy, like you said, and Africa. So between, Morocco basically and Sicily is this island of a country, and they were open and they shoot Game of Thrones there and like all these epic things because it's the birthplace of Christianity. It is where all the underground tunnels are on Game of Thrones and these epic cliffs that go into the ocean. They also shot the Blue Lagoon there on Camino Island.
Yes.
And we went out on our days off to go diving in the beautiful blue waters. And I had a small part in the movie, but I knew these people because they had also shot Beckman, which I'm an actor and an executive producer. Beckman. It's out everywhere on Amazon, on DVD. You can buy it on my website here, readlorsch.com, signed. It's starring David A.R. White, who's also the star of Love on the Rock. And I don't know why he always casts me as the bad guy, but I'm the bad girl in this movie as well. I try to kill him in Beckman. And in this one, I'm the sidekick to the lead bad guy, played by Stephen Bauer, of course, of, Scarface and more lately, Ray Donovan. And, he's wonderful. And I've known him for years. We're friends, because we've both been in Hollywood forever. And so I'm originally, that part was supposed to be a woman, a British woman. At the last minute, she was recast due to scheduling or COVID or who knows what. And they wanted to surround him with women, hench women instead of hench men. So I got a call saying, can you be in Malta in 3 days? You need to test, you need to do this. I'm like, I just said yes, and I figured out how to do it. And I was there for about 2 weeks shooting my part and just became fast friends with everybody. Matt Shapira is the director. My friend Vincent DePaul is also in the movie and a producer on the movie. And John Lovitz is in it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Jeff Fahey. So it's and a lot of great international women were in it. Our leading lady is just fantastic. She's a French actress, and so look up Love on the Rock. It'll be everywhere, digital and DVD, Amazon, blah blah blah, in your local Target or Walmart. And and I'm in the movie throughout, but it's a really fun romp. It's a love story with a lot of faith-based elements, but also lots of action.
So how did you get started in this demanding, unpredictable, crazy, challenging, but fantastic industry and all the different components? You and I have done a lot of different things, and we've worn many different hats on air, on camera, behind the scenes, loving it all, as crazy as it is, all the different hours and all the different projects. But how did you get started? What was your inspiration early on for you to dive in?
Well, from the beginning of time, when I was watching TV, I wanted to figure out how to get inside the TV.
In the box.
I was like, I want to do that. How do I get in there? And I was lucky enough to have a mother growing up in Northern California who helped me. I said, I want to get in the box. Yeah, Kathy, who I was watching now. Hi, Mama. She took me
Mama
to
Kathy.
my first audition, which was more like a meeting, for Romper Room at age 4.
Oh, yes. Romper
They
Room.
shot in Oakland, Miss Marianne in Oakland, and they met me and they saw that I just was happy to be there and could be good on television. I could be a cute little kid. So from Romper Room, I started doing commercials and modeling and whatever you can do in Northern California. And we moved around quite a bit. My stepfather was from Louisville, Kentucky. So as a young teenager at 12, we moved to Louisville, Kentucky. I was immediately like, well, what do I do here? I started doing some catalog modeling there, and I was taking dance classes and acting classes. And luckily for me, they had a youth performing arts school. So, and I was accepted for their theater department, and I went to the youth performing arts school, and I had it in my brain that I wanted to go to Los Angeles and be in the movies. I want to be on TV in that box.
So you needed to be on the screen somehow, right?
Yeah. So from that youth performing arts school, I came out and I did my senior year of high school at LA County High School for the Arts so I could get residency to go to UCLA. And I got a partial scholarship. I got accepted into the theater department. I started as an extra at 17 so I could get my SAG card. I would go between classes or after school or play hooky.
Do you remember the project? What the extra project was?
I started on the original Beverly Hills 90210, and they Taft-Hartley'd me. They gave me my first line, and I got my SAG card in the Peach Pit on the original 90210. And I did movies, that like I was featured in. And, if you look up IMDb, you'll see the very early 90s. And like Beverly Hills 902 is one of the first things there. And from there, am I talking too much?
No, the Peach Pit. Wow. Do you remember what the episode was? What was happening?
It was Luke Perry was in it. He was really cool. Of course, he's passed away. He was the nice guy. And they were having a party, somebody's birthday or something. And I was one of the friends that was always like in the classroom and stuff like that. And they needed somebody to dance by, and be carrying the cake and bring it over. And I became like dancing girl number 2 or whatever that had a few lines. And that was it. I mean, that was it.
Hey, that's quite that show at that time, huge.
For sure. So, it wasn't glamorous, but I got myself in the door, and a lot of hard work of just kind of showing up. Is half of it is just showing up and being there and being reliable and, being nice. If people like you, it's not about being the most talented person in the room. It's about being in the room and being available.
Doing the job and not creating waves and networking and doing a good job. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Some people, I've been on shoots and sets where some people don't realize that weighs as heavily as the performance is how you conduct yourself and what you do while you're on set or in the studio or on location, whatever it is. That's being noted in the book as much as the actual performance,
And we learn that as we go, and sometimes you have diva moments, or you're the star, you're the first on the call sheet, but guess what? Next time you're going to be 17th on the call sheet. So I've learned my lesson about how demanding or how much attention I need or blah, 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 early on, because it doesn't work for anybody. And you want to be liked, and you want to make other people feel welcome as much as you can too. Like I always find a happy set, when everyone's getting along, is so much more creative and fun, and you don't dread going to work. You can't wait to get up in the morning and do it. And even though it is a lot like work, it's, it's what we love. And so we might as well, be nice to each other and help each other out,
Right.
Very
important.
I love working with actors who are generous, and they're not all about them, but they're like, hey, let's work this. How is this going to make you look good? Like when we were doing Beckman, I was working with Billy Baldwin, and it was my first day on set with him, and I didn't have a lot to do in the scene. He saw I kind of stand around. I have one line, and I'm supposed to kind of follow him and be kind of his henchwoman. I play a soccer mom by day and a human trafficking assassin by night. In Beckman.
Talk about versatility.
So you think I'm a nice lady, but then I'm really not.
But then that sounds like a Lifetime movie.
But anyway, he saw that I didn't really have enough to do in this scene, and the scene, as written, said Billy Baldwin takes her and takes the kidnapping victim, our lead girl, played by Brighton Sarbino, out of the room, because you know what? I wouldn't do that. Let's give that to Kira to do. Let's give her some business. And it ended up being a great scene where he orders me to do it, and then it's the woman doing it instead, and it just created a whole different dynamic. And I was just so glad that somebody who's as famous and nice at the same time, Billy Baldwin, is like giving me more to do and not being a diva saying, I'm not going to give away any of my lines or my actions to somebody. He's like, yeah, I don't have, give it to Kira. It was so sweet.
It's funny. Merlin in Ontario, Canada says, watching live in Canada, you sound like you'd be an awesome friend with those two
Oh,
split personalities, the soccer mom and then the
you never
the
know
night
who you're
version.
gonna get.
So of course, Billy Baldwin, brother of Stephen and Alec Baldwin as well. And so what was it like on set? Kind of cool, huh?
Yeah, I grew up with when I was coming into acting. He was a big star. He was in Sliver with Sharon Stone, and Backdraft.
Yeah,
He was like the it guy, and now he's older and he still works consistently. He's on a new Netflix series where he plays a firefighter, and he's married to China Phillips, of course.
that's right.
Yeah, so she's a wonderful musician of Wilson Phillips and the daughter of Mamas and the Possibles, Michelle Phillips. And I've seen them in concert. And he's just, a super nice guy, but also just like he's a really serious veteran actor who's serious about his craft, but he's also just a nice guy, family man. And David A.R. White is the same. He's like the biggest star. Pureflix.com is where you can also watch Beckman and a bunch of those family kind of movies. How I ended up there, I don't know. I'm always the bad guy in the good people movies, but go figure.
So tell us about some of the other amazing things that you've done. I mean, you've done a lot of different things, right?
Yeah, I worked in my 20s. I worked for Playboy. I worked for Hugh Hefner for many years.
10 years, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever come across, there was a guy, it might be before your time, that I know personally, and he was, he's since retired, but he worked for the CBS affiliate in Hartford, Connecticut. He was the editorial director or reporter, the whole thing. And then he ended up hosting one of their long-running shows. His name was Dan Kane.
I don't know Dan Kane. It may have been before my time.
Might have been just before you, yeah.
I came in, I was doing some movies. I had done some things for Zalman King. Playboy director saw something I did and said she'd be good in this movie. I did a movie, Maui Heat, where I went to Maui for 3 weeks. It was one of my first roles for Playboy, and I kept auditioning in the Playboy building, and there's all these playmates and swimsuit models, and then there's little old me, who's kind of like the tomboy girl. I had just gotten out of my punk rock, combat boot stage, and had cut all my hair off and dyed it purple. The kids are doing that again these days. I guess it's what kids do.
Goes around, comes around, right?
I'm in my early 20s.
Make sure you hang on to those bell bottoms. They're going to come back.
Yeah, yeah. But so I kept auditioning for this swimsuit model part, and at the callback, they're like, "Listen, we're not going to give you the role." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, it's nice meeting you. It was fun to get to act." They're like, "No. We're gonna give you a different role. We really like you, and we think you'll be fun on set, and you're gonna add a little levity to the movie. You're gonna be the makeup artist to the swimsuit models."
Wow.
So I'm going to Maui Heat swimsuit edition with all the pretty girl, the playmates and whatever. And I played, and I had a part, but I was like the fun friend. You know what I mean? And from there, I was cast, or, I was given the job of being a reporter and producer for Playboy TV's Sexcetera. So I would go to different events and sexy photo shoots or body painting festivals, all these are crazy things all over the world. I would do a dungeon tour of Prague and be like, "Hi, I'm Kira Reed here in the Czech Republic, and tonight on Sexcetera, whatever we're gonna do." So I brought normal people at home watching and to be flies on a wall in places that they might never get to go except in their fantasy world. And we would do it like a news magazine style with the integrity of 60 minutes, but about sexy topics, about alternative lifestyles. And we always said it was from the erotic to the downright bizarre, what people are into. But we also tried to not make fun of it, of certain fetishes or things, but we tried to expose what drives people, what makes people like this, get inside their heads. So like
investigative in a way. Yeah.
Sure. And then I became a writer producer for the show, and I would produce the new Young Girls. When I turned 30, I'm too old for Playboy. You know what I mean? So I'm producing and then they gave me other shows to produce and supervise produce and casting produce. So I ended up, Christy Hefner would sign my checks. I love it. So I went from one of the girly girls, or at least the makeup artist for the girly girls, to to learning how to produce television, which is what I've won Emmys for now. So I'm grateful for Playboy, Ross Dale, Frank Martin, the guys who taught me how to do it. It's all the same stuff. It's just different subject matter.
Exactly right. Exactly. So that was quite an experience. What did you think you learned from that experience? You know, you're in your 20s, you're there, a network, very popular and growing, and all these different shows and all these different people you're meeting. Anything you took from that you learned about the industry, about the business while there? Probably a lot of different things, I would imagine,
I
right?
got to see the world. Like, I'd never been to Italy before. I was doing a story on an erotic photographer in Florence, you know?
Yeah.
So to me, and it kind of, it opened my eyes to things that normal people would never see either. It made me very adaptable, because I would go into a situation, it might be something that I thought was a little weird or a little gross, and I had to find something that was good about it.
Yeah, to find that little nugget. Yeah.
So it really made me tolerant of other people, and also empathetic to other people, and also one of the things I loved about Playboy, like, we've gone through this whole Me Too movement and the Harvey Weinsteins and stuff. I never had that experience at Playboy.
While you were there.
We were treated as the queens. We were the boss. The women ruled the roost there. There was so much respect for it because we were put in vulnerable situations. And I love producing for erotica because I got to nurture the women, and we would make sure that everybody who was there was comfortable, that they wanted to be there, all those things. So I had a really positive female empowering experience from it. And it showed me that I had power as a woman, and I was useful not only as a pretty face or body, but also as a producer and a talent and all those things. But also just to go in and to get inside people's crazy minds and see that they're not so crazy.
That is cool. That is really, really cool. The psychological aspects of it all, the mindset. So
that
then,
is the largest sex organ we have, it's the brain.
Is the brain. Exactly. Right. Exactly. So from there, what happened? Did that open the door to other opportunities for you in the industry?
It really did. I mean, I did a bunch of movies along the way. I did NYPD Blue and ER and all those shows in the 90s. I was guest spotting on those, but also getting bigger parts and lead parts in more of the erotic thrillers. There's a new documentary coming out. It is called We Kill for Love. It's coming out this coming year, I think 2022, but it's all about that kind of genre of the erotic thriller, Shannon Tweed and Diane Lane, and the women. It was a certain time period, those straight to it was VHS at the time movies that were really well done movies. 9.5 Weeks, those sort of movies that I did a bunch of. So I did that. And then I also, as a producer, went on to work for Travel Channel, because the news magazine style is the same thing. So I got to do that. And also later in life, when I got married, to Bob Lorsch, I knew how to produce. So I produced charity events,
Yes.
Hollywood for Mental Health, the Phalians, he was on the board. He's like, I'm too busy, you take it over. So now I'm working with Debbie Reynolds, one of the best show women in all of Hollywood, her daughter, Carrie Fisher, Ruta Lee, who's been holding it down for years.
Ruta, she was a guest on our show recently. She is amazing. What a firecracker, huh?
Consider Your Ass Kissed.
That's her book. Consider Your Ass Kissed is her book.
And her tagline. But they took me under their wing, and I brought some new blood in. We honored Hugh Hefner at the Playboy Mansion as one of our Mr. Wonderful honorees, and my husband and I were the chair people of that event, and for his contribution to film preservation. He's given over $1 million just to my alma mater's film department at UCLA. Like, I knew him as a philanthropist before I knew him as a Playboy guy, because he was paying for my department at school. Right. And then I ended up working for him, and then we're honoring him later in life at the Playboy Mansion. We also honored and I hosted and wrote and produced the show for that year for Smokey Robinson at the House of Blues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you can find these online too. You can see the great performances. We had Guy Sebastian from Australia, and Marilyn McCoo, and Billy Davis, and Taylor Dane, and all these friends of ours basically to come do Smokey songs as a tribute to him. And at each event, between the Thalians, the money that was brought in, and also those sort of events create a buzz. People give money. Millions of dollars were raised for mental health. And I think this pandemic has really shown a spotlight on that. And, thanks to Ruta carrying it on for so many years. And I was president for the couple of years after Carrie and Debbie died, just because they needed an interim person for a couple of years. So I ran it, but I can't, producing charity events is a lot like work. And I have the California Science Center, of course, the Shelter Hope Pet Shop where my dog Missy is from. There's a lot of places to give. So it's hard to spread yourself thin, but I do what I can.
You do what you can, and you pick the ones that are near and dear to your heart. One of them, of course, the Robert H. Lorsch Family Pavilion. You are on the board of trustees at the California Science Center, which is home to the pavilion. Tell us about that family pavilion and the importance of it, and why it's so extra special to you, Kira.
Well, it's extra special to me because it's extra special to Bob. That was his main focus when he was here, and he was one of the founding members of the California Science Center. And the pavilion is the beautiful building the rotunda that you walk into and you look up, and there's all these metal balls hanging down, and it changes colors with the light. And it's the entrance to the museum and the big IMAX theater. And as you know, it's home of the Space Shuttle Endeavour is there. It's incredible. And we have a beautiful aquarium. There's also online programs for kids. There's a whole school and science school. And what I love about it is there's timed things now, and you have to wear a mask, and you have to make a reservation online, and but it's free. Most of the exhibits there are free. It's science learning for everyone. My husband was self-taught. He got a GED. He never went to college. He ended up getting an honorary degree from MIT because he was a smart guy and a hard worker and a businessman. So he really wanted to give opportunities to everyone, so everyone could really enjoy it. And I just love going there and watching the kids' faces. And we do a great gala every year. I think I'll probably be hosting the live auction and
fantastic.
Give me your money.
Yes, exactly right.
This year again.
Now, for the audience, of course, Bob was your husband, and he passed, which they might not know. So this really, keeps the memory alive in such a beautiful and meaningful way, Kira.
Yes, and that's why I'm still involved. It's all about keeping Bob's memory alive, and he's with us. He's with us. He's in that building. He's in that science center. He's in my heart. When I pray, sometimes I'm praying to God, but also to Bob. Like, what do I do? Please guide me. So I feel like he's all around and is looking down and smiling.
Absolutely right. Hey, I want to show you one of the comments coming in live right now on the Jim Masters Show Live. Gang, if you're watching for the first time, welcome. I'm your host, Jim Masters. Our very special guest, Kira Reed Lorsch, is here, and we are so excited to have her here, actress, producer, and so much more. And you may remember her also from some of the shows that she's talking about. For example, Babette Michelle Lee in Nashville says, I remember you appearing on the NYPD Blue. Being a fan, could you please give us an insight of what it was like being on the show?
It's fun going in and guesting on a long-running show because you're so excited to be there. I think I did 4 episodes.
That's such a cool show too. So well produced and just a fantastic show.
And I did a scene where Dennis Franz was there, and I was like, oh my God, Meanwhile, he's got so much dialogue, and he does this every day. Like, he's still like messing up his lines and running his lines. I've been practicing my lines for 2 weeks, but he's got to do that every day. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of pressure to keep it up. But when the cameras rolled and the take was right, oh my God, Jimmy Smits. What just such an energy, such a presence. And I actually am become part of the storyline in that I'm killed I'm murdered and I'm dead in a bathtub. So let me tell you, that was not a fun scene to shoot. Okay.
And were you in cold water or is it empty?
They tried to make it comfortable, but it's like I'm in a bloodbath basically, like this, and I can't breathe and I look awful. And it's hours and hours and hours of shooting while the detective Ortiz and blah 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 are over you. And then, they're like, okay, this is a wide shot. You can breathe, Kira. Okay, now we're coming in close. Don't breathe. The hardest acting I've ever done is playing dead. Whatever. I just don't like it. That's why I don't
playing dead and comedy are probably some of the hardest things to do in these industries.
Yeah. Timing and breathing.
Right. Timing and breathing. Exactly. So Babette, thanks for that comment, remembering her from that great series as well. What are some other cool things that you've been doing? I mentioned in the introduction as well, you mentioned Beckman, but also Amityville Witches. Tell us about that.
I shot Amityville Witches in
you do that so well. Do you also on weekends she works for QVC.
I do. I should. There's me in the middle. We're three witch sisters. We shot it in London and outside of London in Kent right before the pandemic, the winter before the pandemic. We were in post-production during the pandemic and it came out Halloween 2020. And now it's everywhere, DVD, digital, Amityville Witches. But I play in this one, believe it or not, I'm not the bad guy. I'm the good witch. I try to save our sweet good witch niece, the young girl. We're the three aunts from the evil schoolmistress who's trying to use her powers to bring demons to life and take over the world, to the dark side.
To the dark side.
I won't tell you what happens, but let's just say it's a pretty happy ending. But it's set up for a sequel.
Is it?
Which I wrote the treatment for. So maybe we'll shoot that as soon as we can go to London and shoot a movie again.
That would be cool, huh?
Yeah, and it would be set in Salem, and it would flash back to, of course, the 16, so whatever it is, the witch trials, but make it a modern day version of that. And Sister Sam, of course, will save the day.
So do you like playing the roles where you are the goody two-shoes, or do you find the other roles more endearing in a way?
I've never played the goody two-shoes. I don't think ever. Even of the three sisters, I'm the one who makes the funny comments.
You're the one.
I'm the black sheep of the family. Even of the good witch sisters, I'm the spunky, funky one,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think it's just my personality. Like, why cast me as the sweet soccer mom unless she's going to have a separate side? Why? I was never good at like getting the Kool-Aid commercial. You know what I mean? I or just being really middle of the road. And I think it's just because I ooze a little bit edgier or a little bit more alternative, and I think that's good because I do those better. And when I try to bury that, it's like I'm not serving a part. So even if the part is written like as the nice best friend, I tend to like make it a little spunky.
Yeah. Now, have you gotten into voiceover work too, doing some narration of voiceovers as well through the years?
I haven't. It's never been a thing for me. I never got a voiceover agent and made a reel and did any of that. I'm such a physical person. Like, it just never occurred to me to be something that I pursued. I have some friends who really do a lot of the game work. They make a living doing voiceover work. I don't do voices and a bunch of other things. Like I do maybe one accent and I don't even know what it is. Maybe it is from Russia or Transylvania. I don't know. It's kind of like my accent.
Actually, yeah.
I'm not well versed in it, you know what I mean? I'd much rather be on camera than like doing your show right here like this. When I do the call-in radio shows, it's like we're just missing so much, I like it. I like the full picture.
Right, exactly. Speaking of the full picture, some other really cool projects that you've had an opportunity to be a part of. The Bay, tell us about that one.
Yes, the Bay is awesome, and the Bay I won my Emmy as a producer, or 2 Emmys as a producer for the Bay. The Bay is everywhere on Amazon Prime if you have it. It's free. They just digitally remastered the first 3 seasons, which I'm in as Joe Connors. And the Bay is a drama series, but it gets nominated because we have a lot of daytime stars. The soap operas have sort of disappeared. There's only 4 left. There's Young and the Restless, General Hospital, Bold and the Beautiful, and Days of Our Lives. But there was all these, soap operas in New York, All My Children, One Life to Live, The Edge of Night. And the actors were all out of work. Gregory Martin and Christos Andrews, his lead actor and co-executive producer with him, really had this great idea to use some of these older actors who have a huge fan base from the daytime world, the soap opera world, and the new young actresses and actors like Karuchi Tran, who won Best Supporting Actress this year, and Christos won Best Actor this year, which is great. And I was nominated for my part as Joe Connors on the Bay Best Supporting Actress in 2018. So the Bay has really given me a fun time. I'd never done a soap opera, so I was sort of like, I came in as a guest character for one episode. Kate Linder, who's of course, from The Young and the Restless, played my lawyer, and I got to work with Matthew Ashford, who's still on Days of Our Lives now as Steve Jensen, my main co-star, love interest, bad guy. And of course, I'm a bad guy, even on the Bay. I'm the madam of the city, of the underworld, basically.
Of the underworld.
Yeah. So I come in and we're not quite sure who I am, but of course, I try to seduce the mayor and run the city myself and get caught lying on the stand. But I got to work with Jackie Zeman and Ron Moss and, anyone who's anybody in the soap opera world, I got to do scenes with Mary Beth Evans, who I've always admired, so I really like that. And I met all these guys when I was working for Associated Television and hosting the backstage of the daytime Emmys. And my husband was friends with that executive producer. He's like, I know your wife, Kira. She hosted that Playboy show. She was really good. I'm going to have her host the backstage of the daytime Emmys. So I'm throwing to Regis Philbin, Ryan.
Regis was the best. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah.
I loved it.
They're all great.
Next thing you know, I'm being nominated for an Emmy, a daytime Emmy myself. So it's,
Were you pinching yourself then?
Probably. For sure. Like I felt I was grateful and lucky, but also it's like, I'm in my late 40s. I've been working a long time. You know what I mean?
You put the time in, right?
What? I've earned it. I've worked my way to this point in my life, and now it's fun to get some bright, shiny
recognition from the peers, from the industry. Right, exactly. Well, I always tell people too, because it's fabulous when you get it from of course your family is always going to be there, and the friends. The neighbors and what have you, and viewers, listeners, people who purchase product, whatever it is, the fans, and they are, you can't do any of this without those who support, who watch, who view, who listen, all those things. But when you get it from the industry, from the colleagues, from those who know what it really takes and how difficult it is, and all the blood, sweat, and tears, and the time, and the creativity, and thinking on your feet oftentimes as well. You have this whole thing laid out, and all of a sudden you got to flip it upside down and make magic in 10 minutes. That is really rewarding and enriching when you get it from the industry, isn't it?
Yeah. Praise from your peers is the highest form of flattery, and it's the most respected and deeply felt. Like you said, they get it. They know what it takes to do what we do, and not everybody does. That's why, SAG Awards, I just voted for the Emmys, which are the 19th. I'm not nominated this year, but I got to vote for my friends and for great performances. And I don't just, go through the checkbox. We get digital screeners, and you have to watch an episode of something before you can vote on the show, or you have to watch the specific performance of each person nominated before you can vote. So I'm a part of the Television Academy. I get to vote for my peers, and it's such an honor to get to do that, because there's so many people doing great work out there.
There really, really are, and the legends as well, still doing their thing, but also
Yeah.
a lot of up and coming. And you and I were talking about, oh, well, you got that. Let's toast.
I
Let's toast.
know.
Yes, and our mug says kindness matters, and
Oh, I love that.
doesn't it?
This is,
Cheers.
cheers. This is a glass from Knoxville, Tennessee, from Pretentious Glass. Pretentious
Wow.
Glass is what it's called, but it's hand blown. And my friend Jane has a shop right next door to them, and I was working there, and I have a set of these in every color of the rainbow.
I was gonna say that's a really cool color and the
Wow.
cool shape to it as well.
Yeah, it's hand blown glass.
Yeah. You ever watch when they do that? That's
I love
incredible. I've always been
it. Mhm.
fascinated how they
Mhm.
do that, and it all starts with sand. What the?
Yeah, yeah. Getting
I
really
mean,
hot and manipulating it. It's an art form, yeah. And they
it
don't
re
just do it in Murano, Italy. They do it in Knoxville, Tennessee.
yes, exactly. Hey, another one too, rumors. Tell us
Yeah,
about rumors. That's another cool one you've had
yeah.
access
Rumors
to.
just did the festival circuit, so it's not really out there besides the trailer right now because
Yeah.
we're in negotiations for a deal. They're also finishing up the festival circuit, but it's really fun. I'm one of the producers, and I play, or executive producer actually, and I play the acting teacher to the young 20-year-olds. So I'm kind of like Mama Kira. Her name's Ellen. I'm like the mama. I'm hard nosed. You must be prepared, and you must do your best work, and you must be on time for my class. But I will also have you over for a barbecue and give you life. So it's a really fun role, and it's really interesting as you get older. You get so worried, oh, I'm going to lose roles, but I find I'm working more than ever because I'm playing the lawyer, I'm playing the boss, I'm playing the strong woman, I'm playing the
Yes.
executive, I'm playing the aunt, I'm playing, which are such more fun roles, the multi-layered roles. So it's really fun to to be Mama's age. Hi Mama, I know you're still watching.
Yes,
You know?
Kathy. Is she there in LA as
Yeah.
well, or she?
Yep, she's in the LA area, and we get to see
Right.
each other. I'm going to see her this coming week. But
So, what does the family, your mother and others, who've known you from the very beginning since day one, they must love it. They must love seeing, these things come. I know my family relatives very supportive, always rooting me on through the good days, the not so
yeah,
good days, the
well,
crazy days, the days where you say, am I still going to stay in this industry? Maybe I'm going to do something else. All these days that you have.
mhm.
Um, I would imagine that they're very proud and excited to be able to see these things come to fruition for you, knowing the early days and what you do and all the work that's gone into it.
Yeah, I think I didn't have a traditional path. I kind of went everywhere, and did a lot of different things in different stages of my life. But at the end of the day, your family's happy if you're happy. And we all go through struggles at certain times, and I missed things because I was working 2 jobs and couldn't get away and do things, or I had to like be at that callback or audition to get that part. But I made that a priority for a long time, and I didn't, I'm not Julia Roberts either, or, whoever the latest, thing is, I'm not Zendaya. Is it Zendaya or Zendaya? Like that shows like there's this whole new crop of people. I don't even know their names, but
Kira's cool. I mean, that
cool,
stands
yeah.
out. Yeah.
So I'm a working actress, and I'm happy, and I'm successful to a degree where I can still live my normal life, but still, make Mama proud.
Right, exactly, which is really, really cool. Speaking of some of the versatility as well, Kira, the comedy series Wild Wild Yogis. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, and that is on YouTube right now.
That is on YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a friend who I knew, Tiffany Ladner, who I knew as a PR girl from the Bay, and she said, "There's a perfect part for you. It's a cameo at the end of the series. If the series gets picked up, you're going to be more in it season 2." I'm like, "Well, what is it?" So they sent me 2 pages. That's all it was. But I wrap up the whole series, and the premise of the show is so funny. It's like all these woke LA yogis who like go to yoga retreats on Instagram, and you know, they think they're so spiritual, but it's all about how it looks to everybody else and how many likes and views they get. And like, you know, oh my God, we're doing yoga. We're so
Cindy, you can do voices. What are you talking about? You nailed the soccer mom. Now you got this.
And I come in as the president of La La Lime, kind of an offshoot of Lululemon, the comedic version of that, and say, I'm going to make them all television stars and brand ambassadors, and I'm going to monetize all of their like Instagram silliness that they're doing. And I see that, you know, this is good business. Yoga is good business. So I come in at the end saying, wait, guys, you think this Instagram thing is good? I'm going to put you on TV. You're going to be on a reality show. So that's how I hope I didn't give too much away.
No, that's it.
But it's
just
hilarious.
a little teaser. Just a little teaser.
Yeah. And like Rumors, it's these young 20-somethings creating a show, which is what everybody can do now. Make your own show, write for yourself, create content. There's outlets for it. So, you know, lots of times people ask me like, how do I get into the business? I'm like, just start doing stuff.
A couple of people were asking, there's a picture on the wall, and they're asking, is that from the Hollywood Walk of Fame? The star that's to the left of you?
Oh, yes. I don't yet. Tell Roger he needs to get me a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But I did get the International Media Achievement Award. That's the Hollywood Fame Awards, which is usually the precursor to getting us a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But I got it in 2017 for new media because I've done so much in new media. So I think when I get my star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, it's going to be kind of like what you're doing now with your shows, Jim. There's this whole new, like The Bay was streaming. It started off as a website before it got picked up for Popstar and now on Amazon Prime, the remasters. Wild Wild Yogis is a YouTube. Rumors is, you know, like we were in talks with Quibi before they went under, but it's like a web series to watch on your phone. You know what I mean? So it's like to be a pioneer in new media.
Yeah.
Has been a whole new way of reinventing myself and working with the young kids to keep me young and keep me working and keep me creative and all these new outlets that we have these days. So it's a Hollywood Fame Award for new media is what it is.
Fantastic. That's really, really cool. What are some other things you're working on? I know you have your hands in a lot of different things. Again, it's been, you know, a crazy time and a lot of teachable moments. And, you know, I say multiple times on this series, I keep saying, I think the only people that could have scripted what we've experienced the last several months, year plus, Rod Serling, maybe George Lucas, Stephen King, or Steven Spielberg could have dreamed up all the things that we've experienced: civil unrest, political craziness, economic, pandemic, all of it, and all of the things that have trickled as a result of it all. What are some of the other things you've been able to do? And during it, have you become reacquainted with who Kira is? A lot of people during this time have used the time, because there's been some time to breathe maybe a little bit as well, and look at next chapters. What do I want to do next? Am I doing things that really speak to me? And a lot of people some are changing their jobs, relationships, that a lot of different things are happening as a result of all of this. Are there some things that you've been doing, reassessing, things that you're saying you want to do going forward? What are some of the things that Kira has been observing about Kira? You've played all of these other roles, all these other characters beautifully through the years. During this teachable time of pause, what has Kira learned about herself?
Well, I've learned to be quiet and listen and slow down. Panic doesn't serve us. You know, it's funny how when this pandemic first hit, you go to what you know, you go back to your old ways. Like if it was up to me, I would have bought a case of vodka, a carton of cigarettes, and, you know, stocked up on ammo for the zombie apocalypse and have gone down swinging. You know what I mean? But it's like, that's not the reality. The reality is, it's like, how do we live during this time, not die during this time? What's gonna be our growth? Oh, I can't make a movie in a traditional way. What else can I do? One of the things I've always loved and my yoga studio shut down. So I did yoga on the roof of my beach house. I went one of the first places to reopen, or some of the first places to reopen during the pandemic, were outside retreats, yoga retreats, hiking retreats, because they were outside and deemed essential.
Yes.
So I went to the Ranch Malibu. I hiked the Grand Canyon from rim to rim after prepping and going to Zion, hiking with my friend Nancy O'Brien. She's a writer. I'm going to do her movie Third Floor eventually when we can shoot it.
Very cool.
Instead, we did yoga retreats and hiking, and I started a blog on my website, KiraReedLorsch.com. I have this whole blog about my health and wellness adventures during the pandemic.
Right.
Because I started, like, if I could do anything, this was before the pandemic, I'm like, if I could have any job in the world, I would want to, like, write for, like, Spa and Leisure magazine and just travel the world and go to all of the best 5-star luxury spas and resorts and live a healthy lifestyle and do all this stuff. So I just started doing it. So I started writing a blog. And then when the pandemic hit, I had a couple blogs, and I would send them to the resorts and say, listen, I write blogs. How would you like me to come visit and show people that it's safe to come to your resort because it's outside and it's mask wearing and, different mandates for different states. And I started to do that. Calavi, Canyon Ranch, the Pearl Laguna. Go to my website, go to my blog, and see what I've been doing during the pandemic, trying to keep my health and wellness together so I don't go crazy and eat all the cookies and lasagna.
Were you doing any of that in the beginning?
Yes,
the cookies and the
At the beginning, I
you answered that real fast.
Yeah, and then I had to get out of my sweatpants when the world started opening again. So I hiked the Grand Canyon. And,
well, you had to, and I had to swim in the ocean to do it here on the coast in the Northeast. Yeah. It's funny because, and I've said it before here on the show too, that they told us we had to be 6 feet apart from each other, but they failed to tell us we were supposed to be 10 feet away from our refrigerators.
Yeah. So. And you should wear your skinny jeans around the house to keep track of what you're eating.
Yeah, you put those on, and then all of a sudden you realize what has happened. Instead of wearing all of the expandable things that people have been wearing comfortably, the pajamas and the sweatpants and everything else. So what are some other things that you'd like to do, you're excited about coming up? Again, you've done a lot. We're very kindred spirits in that way, where, when you pull out the scrapbook and you look at the reels and the tapes and all that, you're like, holy cow, I really have done a lot of stuff in my career, and so many, it's all linked, but different too, which is kind of cool. That's what's cool about these industries is everything, single thing you do is tied to the other stuff in some way, shape, or form, but it has a uniqueness. What are some other things that you want to do going forward? Other cool things you'd love to work on or create?
I'm still working. I actually got a job from somebody who interviewed me, like this show, Jillian Clare, who is a wonderful actress and producer and director. Her mother, Susan, runs the Indie Series Awards, which I'm hoping Rumors will be up for this year. And she, in her own right, has Thanks for Coming In podcast. And we were talking about audition stories, and I had mentioned Playboy, and she really thought that background was cool. And she goes, you know what? You're the perfect person. I'm going to tell my director about you to be my friend who's the cougar in this romantic comedy coming up called Roasted. So we're either going to shoot this winter or early next year in 2022. And I get to play this over the top but lovable cougar. And it's because, like you said, everything's connected. I'm at the point now where and I love it that people still think that, I'm a sexy older woman. You know what I mean? I'm the over the top, put her breasts on the bar lady who tries to pick up the 28-year-old, you know what I mean, lead actor, and thinks she can pull it off. So which is the lovable part of it. She means well. So that
is funny.
yeah, so there's still really fun parts to play and things to do, and it's also just about, what are you going to do for peace of mind and life. And I'm going to continue to, I have a retreat scheduled for Savannah, which is the new Deepak Chopra retreat coming up.
Oh, Deepak's fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know him through my work on PBS and the late
yeah.
Wayne Dyer and all of them.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you're going to be going on that?
Yeah, I was hoping
Cool.
to do it on my birthday week, but of course, Love on the Rock is premiering for my birthday. So I will be going to the in-person premiere for Love on the Rock. And I will do a pre-birthday, get ready for the premiere at Savannah. So I think like we were talking earlier, we're Libras. We're all about kind of balancing. And it's like if too much Hollywood, then I got to go to some Deepak,
Then you got to
too
do
much
some
red
Zen.
carpet,
Yeah.
I got to go put on some hiking boots.
Right. Yes, me too. What is your Zen place? Mine, because I grew up near and by the ocean, for me, the Zen place is well, always family and friends are first, but the Zen place is the ocean. I swim, surf, boogie board, sail it, float in it. I'm always near it. It calls my name. We're just a couple blocks from it here. Grew up near it. So it's a very comforting, settling, just really grounding place for me. How about you?
Yeah, I love nature in general, and depending on the season or what's near, I mean, that's why I love Southern California. I've got ocean. I'm going to Santa Monica for dinner tonight on the
Oh, that's
ocean to
terrific.
watch the sunset, and I can
Where are you
hike
headed? I love the Ivy.
Ivy by the shore. I was there the other night with my sister and my nephew.
Very nice.
I love it there. But we're going to another one. I'm not going to say where. I do
No,
have
because
that may show up.
Yeah, you may. It's like, wait, I just saw you on the Jim Masters show live 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, this is live. But I can hike my Hollywood Hills here, which is lovely, and there's mountains nearby. If you like skiing, I'm more of a warm person than a cold person. I love the desert. The vastness of the ocean reminds you that you're small. So does the vastness of the desert. That the world is such a big place, and there's something greater than ourselves. We get so self-centered when we're me, and I want to do, and this, and you go to nature and you're just like, oh, that's where I feel God, in nature.
Absolutely. That's beautifully said. When you look at all of this, there are a lot of blessings and joys, aren't they, in your life? A lot of things have come your way that you've worked very hard for, and more coming your way. What are some of the things that you would teach others? Do you have the desire to mentor and teach others coming up the ranks along the way as well, and inspiring them to? I know a lot of people, I try to do it as often as possible as well, sort of paying it forward.
Sure. And also just leading by example. We don't have to preach necessarily, or have a job as a teacher, but just to, be who you are, or the best person that you are on set, and have people see. Or if somebody does ask a question and I can help, I get this general question like, how do I be successful in Hollywood? It's like, I don't know, except you got to love it and you got to keep doing it. And I always say patience and persistence, the never give up sort of attitude. And also just like, if you, instead of waiting for someone to give you something, go make something, and you'll learn a lot. Be your own PA, be your own writer, be your own camera person, or hire someone, or trade with somebody, or find friends that who each have a job, a specialty and job, and get yourself together and make a little show. If nothing else, you'll have fun with your friends and you'll learn something and you'll make something. So if I'm saying anything to newcomers, is just go out and do it. Quit talking about it. Quit thinking about it. Quit, just do it.
Right. Exactly right. I want to show you some of the comments coming in from our lovely audience. Alessandra says, thanks for all the stories, Kira. She's in North Carolina. Merlin says, always be there. In Canada, I agree. Sherry Larson in Kansas says, thank you for joining us tonight, Kira. What a wonderful career so far, and so much more to come. Kathleen in New York City, thanks for sharing your stories with us, Kira. Fun show. Double hearts from Jen, Barry, and Allentown. Love that. You guys are the best. Thanks for all these great comments as well. Um, you know, a lot of times we, in our busy lives, we don't get a chance to pause and just really soak it all in. And during this time, we've had moments and opportunities to do that. Um, Going forward, is there something on your bucket list that really stands out for you? Would you like to write a book? Are there things like that you'd like to do as well?
Yeah, I have written a book.
I did. By the way, there it is.
Score.
Do you
How
like
to
that?
Win
You
the
like that
Girl of
cue?
Your Dreams. It's a dating book for men, because there's so many dating books out there for women, or how to pick up chick books for men. But this is to have a real relationship with a real woman who's out of your league. So it was a bucket list to write a book. So I did it so I could cross it off the list. I think on my bucket list now is to relax and enjoy my life as much as possible. Also, like, take jobs because I want to do it and I really like the people and the material, not have to do it because I need the money, or have to do it because I need credits. I don't need a vanity project right now. I feel comfortable in what I've accomplished. Now I just want to reap the benefits of success and really enjoy life, and keep hold what's important, which is family, friends, health. And like you said, giving back, paying it forward is of course on the list as well.
Beautifully said, my friend. Absolutely. And I second that emotion, fellow Libra. Really, really cool. And again, it's all balance and harmony. That's why when we're on cruise ships, we're not the ones who get sick, because we're used to balancing everything.
That's right.
Oh, thank you very much, Alessandra. I like all of that. She goes, great comments for a great guest and a great host. That pretty much sums it all, Alessandra.
All
Thank you very
right.
much. In North Carolina on the East Coast. Mary Bishop, also on the East Coast, down in warm and sunny Pine Island, Florida, says, this was a great conversation, Kira and Jim. Take care, Kira, and good luck with all of your future endeavors. Thank you, Mary. Appreciate that. And Babette, Michelle Lee says, my husband says I'm his sexy cougar. So true. So true. Us girls are old enough, yet young enough, and know enough. That is cool. And of course, your husband, Marty, he has fabulous taste. He's a great singer too. He was a guest on our show, and he's originally from Australia, the Australian crooner. And Babette is his wife. Great people. They're in Nashville. This was really cool. And I wanted to just show you that there was somebody that was joining me, sort of my sidekick. And maybe, you never know, it's a small world, my friend. We may end up working together, being on the same set, whether East Coast, West Coast, whatever it is, that would be a lot of fun and cool as well. But there was somebody that was joining us who sort of comes in towards the tail end of the show. George Burns was in the house.
Oh God.
Okay, yeah, exactly, right. He
Hey, good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie. And he said you did good, kid. You did good, kid.
Thank you.
Yeah, he always pops in towards the end. Just it's got a cigar and everything. This guy's spiffy. Look at him with his red hanky, and he's all set and ready to go.
I'm blessed.
Yes.
By Jim and George.
By Jim and George, absolutely, and all our lovely viewers, my friend.
Yes,
I hope you enjoyed yourself, and you enjoyed yourself to the point that I did, which was immense, and that the show met whatever expectations that you had, Kara.
Great levity conversation. You're a joy, Jim. Thanks for spreading the love.
Oh, I appreciate that. You're welcome back anytime. Spread the word about the Jim Master Show Live. We would love that. And we'll keep that porch light on for you, my friend. You were awesome. And now, as I say to all of the guests, go get the circulation going and go stretch those legs. And you've got that dinner engagement coming up soon. As you're getting hungry? Probably starving now.
Hungry, and the fish they do at the Ivy by the Shore, when they do it Mediterranean style, it's not on the menu anymore, but you get the white fish and you ask for it Mediterranean style, and they bring it in the garlic and the fresh tomatoes and oh my goodness, and you can ask for the spinach instead of the rice if you don't eat carbs. I mean, I'm a foodie. How about you?
Absolutely. And this crowd, I told you the crowd is a foodie
Sunday crowd in town.
Ooh.
With the fresh whipped cream and the blanched almonds and the butterscotch and the hot fudge. Oh my goodness.
Okay,
I
let's
may
let's let's
explode.
board the next jet and head west. We're going to head to Santa Monica next. Kathy Short says, "Thanks, Kira." She's in Cleveland, Ohio. Thanks, Kira, for a wonderful evening chat. Thank you for joining us, as always, Kathy. You're never short on great compliments. Maureen says, "Kira, you're amazing. May your star continue to shine brightly. God bless." Merlin said food and pets. This crowd loves food and pets. So she talked about the food, and you do have, like, there is a dog on the other side of the door that's being kept quiet.
Yes, Missy from shelterhopepetshop.org. My friend Kim runs it, and they rescue dogs out of shelter. She was from Bakersfield, and she ended up in Beverly Hills. Basically,
From
she was
Bakersfield to Beverly Hills.
street dog in Wasco shelter, pulled out on her death day, and has been with me for over 8 years now. She's about 10 years old. We don't know. If you go to my website, you'll see, or my Instagram account at Kira Reed Lorsch, you'll see lots of pictures of Missy. She's my little baby, and I've got 3 street cats that I fixed, and they tear up my house, but you know, they're all black cats. The black cats protect you, is what I learned. They ward off the evil spirits.
Yes, we had a black cat with the yellow eyes, which we adopted from like a Humane Society shelter, and lived about 20 years. And the name was Pompous, which was so perfect for that cat. Fabulous cat, but definitely had that little pompous side. Alessandra says we are foodies on the show. Yes, absolutely. Well, she's got to scoot off because she's got a dinner engagement waiting in Santa Monica. You're the best. This was really fantastic. Thanks so much for really gracing us with your fabulous presence. Thank you very much. And let's stay in touch, my friend. Let's stay connected. And I wish you nothing but all the continued blessings and joys, continued success in everything you're doing. And we'll shine some levity your way continued. Thanks for hopping on the show tonight. And you're welcome back anytime. And again, spread the word about us, and we'll do you. And this was awesome.
Thank you, Jim, and happy almost birthday.
Yes, Libras unite. And you too as well, my friend. You take care, okay?
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Our fantastic friend, Kira, joining us here on the show. And there she goes. She has dinner waiting for her in Santa Monica. Not too shabby, right? If you've never been to Santa Monica, it is a very, very special place there in LA. This is cool. We had an opportunity to chat with her for about 1 hour and 22 minutes. She earned her dinner tonight. And you've probably seen her in a lot of the different projects and shows and other kinds of things that we've been talking about, movies and whatnot. And now you got a chance to learn a little bit more about her. As we say, we're bringing back the lost art of conversation. And we've been doing it in sort of that Dick Cavett, Johnny Carson, Merv Griffin, Mike Douglas, warm and conversational freestyle way with the modern twists and the modern vibe of today. While you're here, gang, we would love it if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to click that notification bell as well. And we want to show you, we have an amazing array of guests that are coming up. As I mentioned, this is our 475th episode of JMS Live, which I can't believe. It's just, my hair was very short like that when I started the show, and now it's down to here. That can tell you how long we've been doing the show, which is really, really cool. Tomorrow night, boy, do we have an incredible guest, something really cool. We have Reverend Dr. Stephen A. Peters. Now, he claimed to fame, of course, an incredible individual. He was interviewed back in the 80s by Tammy Faye Baker, and it was really riveting because not done necessarily, in that community, in the religious community. She brought him on the PTL Club, and he talked about his experience with AIDS, HIV AIDS. And it was a groundbreaking interview. And if you see the bottom right of your screen, you see Tammy Faye Baker, of course, co-host of the PTL Club for many, many years with Jim Baker, of course. Tammy no longer with us, but and then she went on to other things too. But there's Tammy Faye, and there is there is Reverend Peters right there on the screen when she was interviewing him. There's a new movie coming out, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, and he is depicted in that movie. It's going to be an incredible conversation. This is like 36 years later, this movie coming out, and it's going to be, it's about Tammy Faye and Jim Bakker, and also that that groundbreaking interview that Tammy Faye Bakker did with Reverend Dr. Stephen A. Peters. Really, really amazing. That is coming up tomorrow. Then on Friday, we have veteran actress and director. She was in The Silence of the Lambs, Kidnap, and so much more. Chris McGinn is going to be with us on Friday. So these are 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, Thursday, Friday. Again, for those that are watching live, of course, you may be watching this 6 months later where it doesn't matter. But for those watching live who are following along, you can see all this on our YouTube channel. Saturday afternoon, we have renowned author Lee Tannen. Lee wrote the incredible book, I Loved Lucy, My Friendship with Lucille Ball, an eye-opening, warts and all book about his friendship with Lucille Ball, and really, really incredible. This is happening right here on JMS Live, the Jim Masters Show Live. Lee will be with us on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. On Monday, we have veteran television, film, stage actress, author, and activist Denise Nicholas. You remember her from Room 222, the television series in the 70s. She also starred in The Heat of the Night on NBC with Carol O'Connor and so much more. She's a prolific author. There's a wonderful book that she penned that has received lots of fanfare. We're going to talk about it and her epic career on film, television, stage, but also her work as an activist and so much more. Denise Nicholas is going to be with us on Monday. Just some of the guests joining us right here on the Jim Masters Show Live, right here on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, a channel dedicated to entertaining, inspiring, educating, informing, and all of the above. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. We thank our very special guest, Kira Reed Lorsch, for joining us today. Daytime Emmy-nominated actress, Emmy-winning producer. Really cool conversation, very open, authentic, and lots of fun. There again, she is with the Emmy on her head. Some other cool shots as we were chatting along the way as well. You can check her out online on her website and so much more, and some of the other productions that she's in that are really, really cool. Gang, we had a great time with all of you. And as we always say, a couple of things before we go, some of the traditions that just sort of, fell upon us that we love doing. Don't forget to smile. Don't forget to share the levity. Don't forget to find your Zen place. Of course, mine is with loving family and friends. Of course, my work in television, radio, stage, and film, on air, on camera, behind the scenes through the years, also very Zen for me, as well as the ocean. We talked a lot about that tonight. The ocean is very Zen as well. Love the ocean, swimming, surfing, boogie boarding, and everything else you can possibly think of. Love it all. So find your Zen place, gang, and share it with the world. And of course, while you're there, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Tell everybody you know about our YouTube channel and the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show Series. And again, if you enjoyed this episode, give it a thumbs up on our YouTube channel. That really helps us big time. We would love it if you do that. Give it the thumbs up and leave a kind comment for us if you can. That helps us as well. You guys are the best. We have the best audience of viewers, dedicated lovities, folks who watch, who comment, who share. Many have become friends as a result of our series, and that means a great deal as well. That's sort of some of the residual of what we do here at our Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. Cool stuff. Let's check in with some of our lovities before we wrap up. We've got a busy week of extraordinary guests. And have a great night. See you tomorrow. Good night, all. Hugs. Kathleen Walker in New York City. Mary Bishop, another fun show. Good night, all. And thanks also for there's a super chat in there, I think. Oh, yes, Kathleen, thank you very much. Super sticker. When you're chatting during our live chat, when the show is live, we have super chat, super stickers, super emojis, and super thanks. That helps support our show as well. So we can continue to, do all the tweaks and upgrades and do the daily content for you and all the hours put in. But that's really cool. So we elevate your comment. It's in bright, bold red tonight. And we say a personal thank you very much, my friend Kathleen in New York City, for that. That means a lot. And also, thank you for all you do for your lovelies, Jim. We all love you. Love you back. Love you back, Sherry Larson in Kansas. Those are beautiful words. And Jen Barry in Pennsylvania. Jim's birthday month. Happy birthday, Jim, ahead of time. Yeah, September 24th. Yeah, I think we're going to do some fun. It's on a Friday, too, which is kind of cool. We'll do some fun things. Last year, we had the Voices of Classic Soul with us. Remember? Go back in time on that episode. That was hilarity. It was incredible. We had such a fun time with that. You make us the best. Thank you, Merlin. I appreciate that in Canada. And Babette, and of course, Marty as well. Say hi to my buddy, Marty. Once again, great. Thank you, Babette. Love it there in Nashville. Thanks for your kind comments about our show. And Maureen in Arizona says, it's been a while, so I'm sending you all super tight, lovely hug. Yes, because we were off for a couple of days for the Labor Day holiday weekend. Good to be back. Good to see all of you. And boy, do we have epic shows coming up in September. And it's a great time. It's the temperatures here are like 75 degrees, low humidity, really beautiful here. We broadcast this show, if you're new, from the greater New York area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, tri-state area, along the southern New England coast between New York and Boston. That's where this show comes from. And of course, we've got our Kindness Matters mug. And it's so true. Kindness does matter through the, crazy times, to the good times, and share some kindness. Do something nice for yourself and for somebody else. And thanks for all the great comments. You love our logo. You love our new open, our new theme song as well. We really worked hard on all of that and spared no expense as we continue to upgrade. And we used a top animator, top designer, and that's a custom theme that we had created, just like the previous one we used for over a year and 4 months, the other theme. And we wanted to upgrade to something fresh. So thanks for all the comments about our new show open. And we'll have our close in just a second as well. And I think you'll like that. Kathy Short says, thanks, Jim. It's nice to have you back. See you next time. Thank you, Kathy. Amazing guest tomorrow night as well. Jen Barry is watching in bed. Time to go to Dreamland. Yes, it's about 9:34 Eastern time here on the coast, or on, Eastern time. Good night to you as well. Alessandra, good. You're making that connection that I told you about. Perfect. And Christine says, Jim, this was a wonderful conversation with Kira. She has already accomplished so much in her career. Birthday countdown for Jim. Wow, is it 16 days? Wow, 16 candles, 16 days till her birthday. Holy cow. I've been so busy with everything that I forgot that it's 16 days away. September 24th. This is the 8th. You're right. Good night, Jim. And all till next time, we'll be back. And Kathleen says, and good night, Christine. Say hi to your mom too in North Carolina. Great show. Thanks, Jim. Thank you, Kathleen. Gang, or anybody that's joining us for the first time, if you ever miss any of our episodes live, don't fret. We save all of them on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. So you can definitely see this again, and you can watch anything you missed. Yes. Yeah, absolutely as well. So that's coming up soon. So you guys are the best. We love you all. We appreciate you all. We thank you all. Good to see you as well in our Facebook group, the Jim Masters Show, Lovely Hall. You guys have been very active in that. Thanks so much. Anybody watching for the first time, you can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Jim Masters TV. And of course, our YouTube channel right here is, you know it, Jim Masters TV. And this is the Jim Masters Show. All right, gang. We love all of you. You guys take care. We'll see you again. Tomorrow night, we'll be back 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. If you're not here tomorrow, catch it in the archives and we'll catch you on the next one. All right. You're watching the Jim Masters Show live. It's always epic when you guys are here. And we always have epic goodbyes. So we don't say goodbye. We say just ciao, cheers, see you later. And glad we're all back. Yes, you guys really have returned. You have returned. And I've returned from vacation. Well, I missed you guys too as well. I mean, we were sort of chatting on, we were doing Masters Mantras. Check out some of the new Masters Mantras series episodes on our YouTube channel as well. You guys have been enjoying that. Sherry Larson says, good night, all sweet dreams, hugs. Sherry in Kansas, back at you. And Christine, the Lovely Squad, and everybody, good night to you as well. You guys are the best. All right, time to say good night. We will see you tomorrow if you're here on the Jim Masters Show live. And again, be good to one another. We love all of you. And thanks for being with us on JMS Live. We'll see you again soon. Take care and be well. Good night.